Hmm. Welcome. Welcome to the Tao of Women. I'm going to stand up as we welcome everyone in to the Tao of Women. My name is Maria Chowdhury, and we are in this beautiful journey following the path of the Tao. And as we prepare ourselves to receive this passage, let's just drop in with our breath and have a few breaths together to ground into the present moment and to ground into our bodies so we can shift our perception and we can open to receive the wisdom of the Tao. So, with a nice breath in, feel how your body receives the breath. And as you exhale, feel how your body releases and lets go. And notice how your breath is one of those times where you can consciously control it. And most of the time, it's completely on its own. It does what it needs to do without us paying attention to it at all. And so it's in one of those sweet places of conscious co-creation and also surrender to what's happening. And so this breathing in and out will help us receive this passage. So if you have the book, I invite you to read it with me. And if you don't have the book, I invite you to just simply receive it. Let it wash over you, in you, and through you like a wisdom teaching does. Okay, we're on passage 9. Fullness. The full cup can receive no more. The empty cup waits to be filled. The wise woman's cup is always half full, ready to receive and ready to give. Let's just breathe that in one more time and we'll read it again. Fullness. The full cup can receive no more. The empty cup waits to be filled. The wise woman's cup is always half full, ready to receive, ready to give. So with that, let's embody what fullness feels like and what a wise woman's cup feels like. So I invite you to find your feet and move into your space. And as you move into your practice space, realize this is your sanctuary. This is your home. You're creating this space as a wise woman. And we'll bring our hands and feet together. And with a humble bow, let's just simply empty our cup right here. Just letting go with your exhale anything that needs to be released here so you can fully receive this embodiment practice. And when you feel like it has been released, you feel that shift, go ahead and feel your feet on the floor. Feel yourself rooted and take as many breaths as you need to gradually inhale and fill your body up with life force. Receive your breath. Receive the unfurling of your spine. Receive yourself arriving here. And from here, we'll step into the practice. And let's just receive the fullness of the circuitry of giving and receiving. And we're about to do a form that I learned. I didn't learn this as a Qigong form in this way. I learned this in the Priestess Presence Temple and the Goddess of Love Temple. And this is all about opening yourself up to the circuitry of love. So having your hands at your heart and then having your fingertips lead out. We'll go through the mechanics of it, and then coiling your wrist and then returning your palms back to your heart. You're making a lemnisket, a figure 8, an infinity symbol. And you're inhaling and drawing into your heart, and then you're exhaling and releasing from your heart back out into the world. And I invite you to really open your palms. Stretch your palms from the center of your palms as if you could open from the center of your palms out, and it'll elongate your fingers. Your heart meridian passed through the palms of your hands. So you're opening yourself. Now in Qigong, when we do this, we're doing it like silk reeling and muscle tendon changing. So really allow the ligaments of your wrist and fingers to elongate and stretch as you open, because it'll help you open these channels. And as you breathe in, allowing yourself to receive, and breathing out, creating this circuitry of love. You know, and honestly, from here, this feels like just all in my heart. And this form is about fullness. And I'm a full body woman. I don't just live from my heart wide open. So I'm going to actually bring my hands down and start to make this bigger. My belly and my heart and out. And when I go out, my hands pour down toward the earth and collect toward the sky. And so I'm starting to make this fuller lemnisket, this fuller figure 8. Including my thumbs and my fingers. And just let your body guide you as we get the structure. And now we're starting to get the structure. We can drop in a little bit and tap into the wisdom. And let's explore this passage a little bit more. So as we're feeling into this part of this pathway that we receive into our body, and we feel into part of this pathway where we're giving, let's see which part is just more comfortable for us, the receiving or the giving. And as we drop our attention into the giving, where in your life are you giving so much? Where is it just so easy to give and to give and to give? It's effortless. And where in your life is it hard for you to give? Where in your life does giving seem out of balance, like you give yourself away? And now let's just shift into the receptivity, into the receiving. Where in your life are you receiving the gifts and the abundance and love? How does it feel to receive? Are you open to receive? Is it easy? Do you want to receive it and then immediately give it away? Where's the harmony between giving and receiving? And what about this one? Where in your life do you make it all about you? This is about me, mine, mine, mine. And then almost forget completely about the other person. Oh, because this is about me. I'm important. Oh, I forgot about you. Or is it the opposite? Is it like, oh, I'm hardly here. It's you that I'm serving. Ah, just exploring how that lives in you. Just exploring how in your own body, in your own way, you start to bring harmony. Like you might like your hand up near your heart. You might like your movements big and slow. Just find your harmonious pattern, circuitry of giving and receiving. And I'm going to read the passage to you again while you're staying in your practice. Okay, you're in your own practice, creating your own harmony. Fullness. The full cup can receive no more. The empty cup waits to be filled. The wise woman's cup is always half full, ready to receive, ready to give. And so we'll come back together as a community, creating this circuitry of fullness, of love, creating harmony and wisdom. So we're fully resourced and capable of replenishing. So it's easy to be generous and kind because we're tapped into the circuitry of abundance and creativity, into the wisdom of our body and of community. Letting the form teach us. And now we start to make this movement even softer, even more gentle, even more smooth. And we start to slow it down. And we start to gradually make this movement smaller. And even a little smaller. And as we're doing so, it's integrating into the very fibers of our being. encoding us, rewiring us to be conduits connected into the circuitry of life, of abundance, of generosity and kindness to ourselves and to others, so we can fully receive their beauty and their gift and their skills and their support. And we can freely share our love, our presence, our smiles, creating a win-win situation of reciprocity, making this movement even smaller now as we're coming to completion. And as we come to completion, allow your hands to just rest here as if you're holding this ball, something precious. You are holding something precious. You're holding it full and open, ready to receive and ready to give. Feeling what that feels like in your posture, in your gaze, in your breath. And we're about to complete, so we'll close down by pulling down the heavens, gathering all this wisdom, this experience, and letting it float down through your body so you feel integrated, whole, and complete. And sending it down to your dantian, so you're resourced. Sending it into your dantian, it's like charging your bio battery. One more time. Drawing it all in and to your bio battery and to your dantian, and letting go of what you do not need. This last time, you're going to lift your hands and your feet, and you're going to close. And you're letting your hands float down, and just any residual energy that may be in your head or in your heart is really coax it down to your dantian. And then any residual energy, coax it down to the backs and sides of your legs, down to the earth. Give it to the earth, and let your hands rest over your dantian so you're centered. Your breath is deep and anchored in your belly. Your mind is clear. Your heart is open. Your emotions are present, and yet they're calm. And together we bow. One hand rises. We give freely. Another hand covers it. We receive, and we draw in this combination of having a half full cup ready to receive and give, and we bow. We bow to each other. We bow to the Tao. We bow to our teachers' teachers, and the teacher within. We draw it into our heart, into our body, and we step back across the threshold, back into our lives, knowing we have completed this session today. I encourage you, if you're live here, to stay to hear your experience, to share in the comments on Facebook and YouTube what you receive, and to share this with your friends. There'll be a link to get the book and a link to come to Qigong class. I'll see you next week. I love you all.